everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with a really cool tag video, one that I've been waiting patiently for it to make its way to me. And this is the Sisterhood of Books tag. I was tagged by Allie from Hardback Hoarder, who we listed down below, as well as the originator for this tag, who I don't know off the top of my head because I'm horrible. The way that this tag works is that you are tagged by somebody who answers 10 questions, but then when they tag somebody, they give a new set of 10 questions. So it's not the same questions that follow this tag from person to person to person. So I will be tagging people down below in the description box, as well as leaving my 10 new questions down below. I will be reading the 10 questions that Allie gave to the people that she tagged. I love the questions that she came up with. I'm actually feeling pressure to come up with equally amazing questions because hers are so good. So I'm going to do my very, very best for all of the people that I tag. Again, people that I tag will be listed in the description box, as well as my questions down in the description box. If I don't tag you and you like the questions, please feel free to do the tag as well. I'm really glad that Ellie tagged me. I'm going to jump right into this. Number one, what is my favorite current song? And then pick a book to go along with it. So I actually just answered this question in my Anything But Books tag. It's still John Bellion's Overwhelming. I cannot get enough of this song. Cannot get enough. I listened to that entire album while I was reading the Foxhole Court series, or the All for the Game series, which annoys me, but that particular song does not really relate to those books for me the way that some of the other songs on that album have seemed to like stick in my head with different parts that I was reading while I was listening to it. One of the things that came to my mind when I was thinking about the song is like, A, how much I love it, so it has to be a series or a book or a character that I really, really love. A girl who's kind of like a little bit of trouble, and then the potion in your lips and every. So I went with Rachel Morgan, the Hollow series, because she's a witch, so she makes potions, and she's super badass, and she's definitely more than Trent can handle at times, but still super amazing. And you guys know it's like not one of my videos if I don't mention this series. If you don't already know, it is my mission in life to have everybody read this series, so you should do that. Number two was given LGBTQ plus diverse book recommendation, and for that I have a couple. The Upside of Unrequited I just read and really, really loved. I think you should read it. Goodbye Days by Jeff Zentner I read this month and really, really loved. History Is All You Left Me I also adore, but they're just all really good books. I love them all. If you have any other diverse read recommendations, definitely leave them in the comments down below because I'm looking to diversify my diversified reading. Third is what is my favorite morally gray character, and it is anybody from the Six of Crows duology. Specifically Kaz and Inej are like my faves, but I like them all. I'm a big fan of all of them. They're like some of my favorite morally gray characters. Also, anybody in the Elite series by Marie Lu, I super enjoy. I think that Nikolai from the Grisha trilogy is pretty morally gray. I like him as well. I also like Katie from The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I dig her, and she's super morally gray. So I think that some of my like favorite characters lately have been morally gray. So if you have any other like morally gray, questionable characters or like anti-heroes or villain origin stories, definitely let me know because I've been finding myself more and more into those. Number 4 is my biggest pet peeve with books. This could be tropes, writing, booktube, book design, etc. Anything that has really, really tight bindings so that you can't open it up without cracking the spine of a paperback. I hate that. I also hate anything where there is really, really poor or absent parents. I also hate when the older sibling is super unreliable or mean or cruel. I'm the oldest of 4 and I get it, like older siblings can be really difficult sometimes, but when they're like absent, neglectful, or hurtful, it really, really bothers me. That was kind of the case in the Fill-In Boyfriend by Casey West, which really bothered me. I don't like when older siblings are portrayed as really distant and mean, and I don't like that. I'm really particular about my family dynamics when I'm reading books. Number 5 is what is my favorite poem, and I don't have a favorite poem. I don't read a lot of poetry. I'm a fan of the poems that I put in my book, Shoot Down the Wendy Bird, but I did bookmark a couple of them in Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. So I have 2 that I'll read for you because her poems are really, really short. The first one is, raid your library, read everything you can get your hands on and then some. Go on, collect words and polish them up until they shine like starlight in your palm. Make words your finest weapon, a gold-hilted sword to cut your enemies down. Title down here is a survival plan of sorts. Also love this one, which the end, like, title, I guess, or signature on it is Love is Never a Weakness. The love some girls have for other girls is so gentle and so soft and so fucking beautiful, and these girls deserve to have better stories than the ones where they are murdered because they love with too much of their hearts. This is a pretty good bind-up of poetry that I've read within the last year or so, and I really enjoyed it. Number 6 is the last book that I DNF'd, and why, and I believe, let me check Goodreads, it was All Grown Up by Jamie Attenberg. This was a contemporary about a woman who didn't want to get married, didn't want to have kids, she was single, and instead of it being like an empowering look at a woman who was like career driven and older and didn't want to have children and was like strong in her convictions, it was really whiny and just pretty much focused on her getting drunk and having like meaningless hookups and doing drugs. I DNF'd it. Number 7, what does a 5-star book have to have for you? So for me, a 5-star book is one that really takes me by surprise. It's one that definitely envelops me in their world. The writing is rich and real. It makes you feel like you're a part of the story. The character development has to be there. They have to be a well-rounded character. It needs to have some kind of like social implication. I want to learn something, feel something, I want to cry, or it needs to be mindless escapism, which is fine too. I can give a fluffy read 5 stars if it's just like not the best writing in the world, but it really like takes me into your world. That's fine too. And like some sort of originality. I don't want the same recycled story over and over again. Number 8 is if you had to get a bookish tattoo, what would it be of? I don't know. I don't have any tattoos. I've been considering one for a really, really long time, and it's more writing based than book based. I am a writer, so I've always wanted to get a feather quill that comes up and then like the point ends somewhere around my wrist. I originally wanted it on my finger so that when I was writing, it looked like the feather quill was like actually writing, but I've been talked out of that because apparently hand tattoos and finger tattoos just get super blown out, and fine feather work on your finger is just apparently doesn't work, which bums me out because that's what I would really, really, really like, because I just love the idea of writing with a pen and having it look like my tattoo's writing. I'm like obsessed with that idea. I can't stop thinking about it, but I know it's probably not realistic. I really like the picture that I've seen a lot on just the internet where it's like the Harry Potter corner, the page corner, where it's like the 3 little stars. I really like that. I also love the Harry Potter quote from Dumbledore that words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. I would probably get something that was like Harry Potter related, but like inadvertently. I don't know if I would get like an overt book reference. Like it would have to be something that was subtle. Like I've always said that I would get my name in Elvish from The Lord of the Rings. I don't know how that would look though. I don't know his language well enough to know what my name looks like in Elvish, but I feel like I would be down with something like that. So it'd be like some kind of small reference to like one of my favorite series, probably either Harry Potter or The Lord of the Rings. Number 9, if I had to pick one book to read forever, what would it be? That's really tough. I want to say maybe Lord of the Rings. So much adventure in that. There's romance, there's adventure, there's a dreamy fae, there's like everything that I like in a book, and it's such a rich world that I feel like I could read it and get something different like every time. Number 10, Funko Pop has asked me to design their newest line. What characters would I love to see made into Funko Pops? You guys know that the answer used to be the Labyrinth, right? Because like I'm obsessed with them, so, but I have literally all of them. I've got my 2 Jareth, I have Sarah, I've got the Worm, I've got Ludo and Hoggle. I'm gonna go ahead and pull back an oldie but a goodie, which is Kim Harrison's The Hollow series, because I think that Rachel and Ivy and Trent and Jenks and Al, like there's some really cool like villainy monsters. The gargoyle, oh, what's his name? He's really cute too. There's a lot of really cool characters in this that I think would make really badass pops, and I think that you could do different kind, like Al himself comes to Rachel with like different looks. Trent has like a, you know, 2 different faces that he wears. I think that you could do like different versions, like different outfits and like configurations of some of these people, and Jenks could be like a mini, and then like the gargoyle could be like a mini, even though I think he's pretty, no, I don't know how big he gets. He's still young in this book series. I think that these could be really cool pops, and I would 100% buy them. Faux show. That is all 10 of the questions. I need to sit on this a little bit and think about who I want to tag, and by the time I edit and everything, I will have my questions as well. I will also link to Allie's channel. Everything will be down there. There's gonna be a ton down there this time, but I'm really excited. Thank you so much to Allie for tagging me and for coming up with fantastic questions that have now given me performance anxiety, because I don't know what I'm going to say. If you guys liked this tag, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.